Good evening and thanks for joining us on this Christmas Eve. I'm Phil Lipoff. Just as families are gearing up to hit the slopes this weekend, Telluride Ski Resort is beginning to wind down. The resort will close Saturday after the union representing Ski Patrol workers rejected the resort's final contract offer. 9 News reporter Shalima Maharaj joins me here in studio with details. Shalima.
Yeah, good evening, Phil. This wasn't even close. 99% of union members voted to reject that offer. Telluride Professional Ski Patrol Association members have been without a contract since their last one expired in late August.
When we rejected that offer, we were very much under the impression that that would send the ball back to them proverbially.
This year marks Graham Hoffman's 11th year on Ski Patrol in Telluride and his third term as president of the Telluride Professional Ski Patrol Association.
We're not on strike right now. We've obviously announced that that is our intention.
The union, which represents close to 80 workers, voted 99% in favor of rejecting Telluride Ski Resort's final contract offer.
The cost of living is astronomical here.
They're seeking higher wages, and Hoffman says recruitment and retention are two other issues that urgently need attention.
This program is becoming unsustainable, and we need to fix this now.
A statement from resort owner Chuck Horning reads in part, "We are naturally disappointed that the Ski Patrol made this choice during such a busy time. We are concerned that any organization, particularly one that exists to help people, would do something that will have such a devastating effect on our community."
To say that we are making this choice to close the mountain, I don't even have a key to the locker room. It is utter nonsense to say that Ski Patrol is closing the mountain because they don't have an operational plan that can safely operate this mountain without us.
Telluride Mayor Teddy Errico says he remains hopeful the two sides can come to a resolution.
You know, the old locals mantra, because I've been here 30 years, is you came here for the skiing and you stayed here for the summer. But if you didn't get here for the skiing, you're never going to get here for the summer.
I think the money that is going to be lost on that day alone would have closed the difference and then some.
Now, Graham tells me none of this is comfortable. It is distressing for just about everyone involved, including union members. Now, the resort says staff are working to process refunds for guests who bought tickets directly from them. Shalima Maharaj, 9 News.
Another record-breaking warm December day. Today, Denver seeing its warmest Christmas Eve ever on record. Sky 9 found some people out enjoying the water and the nice weather at Hagler Reservoir in Loveland, and some people even getting in some hiking. It's amazing to see people in the water on Christmas Eve. Chris, usually it's frozen water and they're doing some sort of plunge.
And tomorrow morning in the mountains, we may be seeing water falling from the sky at the ski resorts. It might be raining in places like Aspen, Vail, Steamboat. Wild for us this December, and it continued today with our warmest Christmas Eve on record. Phil just said that. 71 today. Our average high for today is 43. We're nearly 30 degrees above average, breaking the old record for our warmest Christmas Eve on record. And it's still very warm out there. Again, our average high temperature for today is about 43 degrees. We are we're still above that even at this point of the time frame at 10:03 p.m. on this Christmas Eve. 20s, 30s for us in the mountains. Might notice that Grand Junction 61. That is some of that warm Pacific air that is going to stream on in from the south and the west. Temperatures though in the metro area on the mild side. So I mentioned some of that Pacific air moving its way on in from the south and the west. You probably heard about all the rain and the snow in California and Nevada. Some of that moves its way in our direction for tonight and to tomorrow morning, and that'll bring us some rain in the mountains. But here in Denver, it's just dry and warm once again. Our hottest Christmas on record, likely with a high temperature around 70 degrees. The current record, 69, that was set back in 2005. That record very much in jeopardy. So we may be talking about our warmest Christmas Eve and day on record for us in Denver. But we got some snow in Denver just around the corner. I'll tell you about that coming up in just a few minutes.
Chris, thank you. And with so many people out enjoying the warmer weather, one hiker actually needed to be rescued. This happened at Red Rocks. West Metro Fire says the hiker fell about 20 feet off a trail near the visitors center. They were taken to the hospital, rushed there in critical condition. No word on how they are doing at this hour tonight. The unusually warm temperature is putting a damper, to say the least, on winter weather fun you would normally associate with Colorado around this time of year. It's even keeping the ice rink in Nederland from opening. The rink has been around for about 25 years. It is regularly maintained. However, it's not refrigerated, so they usually rely on cold weather to keep it open. Normally, there is a Christmas Eve skate where the rink is all lit up and beautifully decorated, but tonight, no ice at all. It used to be open before Thanksgiving through March, but at the current rate, the town has no idea when it will open.
It's terrible. I think most people are just thinking about mountain biking instead of ice rinks right now.
Fingers crossed, we'll get some cold temps.
Netherlands Parks Director says even if somehow it was freezing today, it would still take a few weeks to build up that ice on the rink. And it's not just the ice rink that's having a problem. Those traditional polar plunges are on hold too. The Evergreen Lake plunge has been postponed because there's no ice on the lake. The community in Longmont is rallying around a climbing gym there hit really hard by last week's strong wind. Today, volunteers rolling up their sleeves to help clean up the climbing collective. The hurricane-force wind blew the roof right off the building and scattered it everywhere. About 50 volunteers came out to help clean up.
You look around here, just tons of volunteers, which is awesome to see that everybody's out here helping clean up.
For people to show up, it's Christmas Eve, and here they are picking insulation out of a field, and it fills my heart to see so many people loving the same thing that we love here.
The holiday spirit indeed. The Climbing Collective is planning to reopen this Saturday. They're actually offering free climbing to the public for the day to celebrate. Lawyers for former Mesa County Clerk Tina Peters are once again attempting to get her out of state prison. Her lawyers asking the Colorado State Appeals Court to recognize President Trump's pardon. In a motion yesterday, Peters' lawyers argued that the Colorado Appeals Court no longer has jurisdiction over her case because of the pardon issued by President Trump. Trump's pardon, though more symbolic than anything else, presidents can't pardon someone convicted of state crimes. Peters is serving a 9-year sentence at a state prison in Pueblo for leading a scheme to attempt to prove Trump's false claims about election rigging. The court ruled today the state attorney general's office could respond to Peters' arguments by January 8th. The court is expected to hear arguments on her appeal January 14th. 18 Democratic-led states, including Colorado, are suing the Trump administration over a new policy that actually punishes hospitals for providing gender-affirming care for minors. Health Secretary RFK Jr. announced the proposal last week. It targets hospitals that provide care like puberty blockers to people under the age of 18 by barring those hospitals from participating in Medicare and Medicaid. The lawsuit filed today claims the proposed rules are unlawful and cruel. The proposal isn't in effect yet. The Trump administration is accepting public comment through February 17th. The lawsuit asks the courts to get involved and block the rules from taking effect. The FAA is changing the hours to the air traffic control tower at the Rocky Mountain Metropolitan Airport in Broomfield because of staffing issues. Starting December 28th, the tower will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., opening 1 hour later and closing 2 hours earlier than normal. The airport says the shift is to allow better staffing during the busier daytime hours. The change, we're told, will stay in effect for about a year. The holidays tend to bring out the biggest displays and the brightest lights. The small northern Colorado town of Severance started a new big Christmas tradition. And today's storytellers, Amanda Gilbert and Alex Dickey, show us who inspired it.
It's almost expected some things will be spotted at night around the holidays. Extra life and color in front yards. The hum of life-size Christmas favorites.
Places, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Severance kicked the Christmas cheer
1 minute.
up a notch, and Jonathan Barnes is here for it.
We are having a parade, and that's where we'll turn in, and we're just gonna play a big game of follow the leader.
His Severance neighborhood took to the streets.
I haven't seen a parade like this before, especially in Colorado.
We started planning this, I think it was mid-October.
When the 16-year-old moved from Fort Collins to Weld County 5 years ago, he missed the downtown lights.
A little bit, yeah. I like the lights in Fort Collins. I love it here, though. I love being out where there's breathing room.
Fewer people didn't mean less spirit.
I wanted to decorate the tractor with the few neighbors we had at that point, and drive down the street for a parade.
The neighborhood grew, and his one tractor turned into 20.
Honestly, I think it's Santa and his sleigh. Do we got a nose on the front? Maybe. It might be a John Deere reindeer.
It's so impressive. Even Santa heard the news.
I think it's very motivating.
It was a lot of work putting this together.
A lot of learning how to use Excel. No, I've not completely learned how to be a boss, but I'm getting there.
Of course, Jonathan had support.
Good job, guys. Thank you for helping. I wasn't expecting this much of a turnout from Severance.
And the whole street is like a family.
For Jonathan, that's what Christmas is all about.
People come together, not yelling at each other, not being all grumpy.
Yeah, it's such a fun night.
Lights are great this time of year.
Hey, Mom. You're on camera.
What?
You're on TV.
But the community spirit is really what Jonathan expects he'll see.
This is Mom.
Oh, hi.
With photographer Alex Dickey.
So how'd it go down there?
Oh, man.
Was it busy?
It was very busy.
Amanda Gilbert, 9 News.
Last year was the first year Jonathan organized this neighborhood parade, but good ideas, hard work pays off. This year, the number of participants doubled. Severance first responders also joined in the fun to help with security and some road closures.